Hello, and welcome to the Intercontinental Group of Awesome and Lost Highway games as we continue playing Urban Shadows set in London. Urban Shadows is a Power by the Apocalypse game about the supernatural dealings and activities, deal cutting, and debt trading that happens in a made up modern day. And we're currently playing in London. This is our fourth session with the crew, and I am very happy to report that I am not the MC because Alex has stepped up to the plate, as it were. So, Alex, please take it away, my friend.
Okay, well, it's been a while since we last played, so I think we definitely need a short summary of what who your characters are and what they were last up to. And since the other two players are engaged in writing out a rumor and something else, it's back to you.
Awesome! I love this. As always, this bit of badminton that I enjoy with you. I am playing the Revenant archetype because that's what they call playbooks in Urban Shadows. The Revenant is basically the Crow, so much so that several of the moves are quotes from the first movie, which I dig. My character's name is Moon Seek. He is of Korean descent, and he is here in London. So I think he's born and bred in London, but of Korean descent. He was killed on a small mesh network murder television called KillTube, and came back his demon, which in The Crow was the Crow, is actually a dog, and he calls the dog Murky. It has a patient voice. It is a hound, a quite attractive little black hound that appears and doesn't appear sometimes. Moonseek started off in a very small single bedroom apartment as he was doing his work of trying to hunt down those who had murdered and wronged him. And then it turned out that for some reason, some Fey inquisitors were after him, and Murky helped him escape. He decided that he did not think it was wise to go back, so he went to an ally, Imogen, who we'll meet in just a few moments, to get some help, and has basically started. Like, he doesn't live there because he's undead, but he resides there. He dwells there. Dwell. That sounds very dark. I'll go with dwell. He haunts there. Ooh, that's even better. So that's the general with Moonseek. Although the last thing is he has a mortal confidant named Molly, who actually found him when he was murdered, and so she knows about his condition. And the two of them working together had found a lead on Ignatius Mungo, the hype man for KillTube, who he had followed the guy back to his home, and turns out that even murderers might have a little bit of a heart. He was caring for his bedbound mother. So there's a nice little emotional moral quandary for Moonseek that we were left with at the end of last session.
Well, I just wanted to correct because Jen brought this up that it was Raven Locke that you got the information about.
Oh, thank you.
And she actually set you up to kind of to where he would be.
Okay, cool. I like that better. Sorry,
she had a scene underneath her, velvet blanket with on a throne in a abandoned church, being all extra. Yes, Jan has written out his rumor, so Jan, what's Shadi? Who's Shadi and what's she been up to?
Shadi is the Scholar Playbook. She's a trader in more supernatural items, and also just in ancient stuff. And she's recently been going after a comb that used to belong to a god, and she was hired by the Excalibur Foundation, but she was trying to find out a bit more information because apparently there's a lot of people after that thing. And as she was getting some information with brother Eric at his pub, she suddenly had some people from the Excalibur Foundation walk in and asking her to take a seat in a limousine.
Okay, and then Imogen.
Right on time. I am playing Imogen Hornigan, the vampire, or the vamp. Imogen is the proud owner of the Killing Jar, a multi-story nightclub built from an old money naturalist society headquarters, full of clever glass constructions, dark wood, brass accents, smoke, tricky light, and fantastical taxidermy specimens, including beetles in killing jars. Last we left Imogen, she was driving down the road with a few marks and cracks on her beautiful Avanti, and Mohammed, dazed and resting incorrectly in her passenger seat. She was going to talk to Tisha because Tisha owes her a favor. Although I can't remember what she was trying to talk to Tisha about.
I believe it might have been the immortality rumor about somebody either removing it or giving it. A wizard.
Sure.
It might have been something else though. Since, she owed you a favor, it could have been anything.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone has, we've done the starter session move. This might be the last time we do XP through the kind of marking a faction thing, because we're, as a group, not a fan of that way of advancing. So we're going to try XP on a miss. 5 XP gets you an advance. So we're going to give that a go. But first, we're going to just let people roll over with some advances. And one last rumor. Does anyone want to mention their rumor and then roll?
I can go.
Yeah.
Rather than creating something brand new, I thought I would follow on from the Excalibur group that they're working on consolidating power. I think that the rumor is that the Elder Rooms, which is kind of an old boys business club, is either connected to or backed by the Excalibur groups. There's a direct line of connection between the two groups. We're not sure if it's just a few members or if the whole thing is all connected. And so I roll with that faction.
Yes.
I have a 0 in that faction. I rolled an 8.
An 8. Okay, you're neck deep in it. Someone in that faction owes a debt to you. But you owe someone in that faction a debt. Okay, so is this directly... Do you think this would be somebody directly involved in this this conflict, this this power formation?
Yeah, maybe there's someone that Musik is hired to courier for, and he's able to He's drawn into that.
Do you think it's somebody with power in that, influence in that organization, or somebody who
that
might
sounds
be
like more
low level
fun.
but have knowledge because they're low level?
Low level but not have knowledge means that's the people that will
No.
probably employ a courier anyway, right? So
Yeah, I mean, they would know what's going on around them. They just might not have the influence to control things there, but they might gain rumors, knowledge.
okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's go with a person with rumors knowledge who I could be in contact with.
Yeah. Somebody, low-level executive maybe in the Excalibur group.
Ooh, I like the idea of maybe an assistant vice president of some kind.
Assistant to a vice president, or assistant?
Ooh, an assistant to an assistant vice president.
Oh, assistant to an assistant.
Assistant to the AVP.
Yeah.
Particular.
If you could add that into the NPCs.
Okay, sorry, I was trying not to create more, but I've done it.
It's fine. But
that'll be somebody in power faction then, right?
So do they owe you, or do you owe them? Or is it going to be a both ways and just?
I like them both ways.
What have they done for you?
If it's okay with you just checking in, maybe they were able to throw the Fey Inquisitors off of his trail for at least for a while.
Yeah. Maybe just a memo got added into some orders for the Excalibur group's security officers, and so
Is this someone from Excalibur group? Just I'm making sure.
Or is it a good question? Are they Excalibur group, or are they the? The Elder Rooms? I would imagine that's more like somebody who owns the place. Then there's there's the staff who.
Let's go Excalibur group. That'll be fun.
Yeah. That lets us keep the kind of assistant to an assistant. And assume, you've got the job done above and beyond expectation for some delivery work.
And I'm going to use the Benedict Cumberbatch name generator for their last name. Okay, these are really too dumb.
Well, while you're doing that, who would like to roll on their rumor?
Sure. So music highlight with my wilds, which is a -1, so that's great.
Always good.
And the rumor I put in there was that there's been an increase in people being invited to the Rainbow Line, which is the embassy to the above world for the Fae. And let's see what we roll. That's 10.
So that's, you get a useful piece of information, and you also got a debt on someone in that faction.
Ooh.
So yeah, somebody owes you something. A Fae owes you something.
Yeah.
Or a useful piece of information or equipment, your choice.
I mean, that's definitely going to be a useful piece of equipment, of course, because that's something that's always useful for me.
Yeah.
As a trader of oddities.
Yeah.
Let's think about who and what.
Well, I think it wasn't it. Was it a debt and a?
Let's see.
Or it's a debt
Got a debt
or
on someone in that
information
section,
or
or a
equipment.
useful piece of yeah.
There's one of those things. Well, while you have a think of that, Imogen.
Yeah. Time to roll the move?
Yeah.
All right, just a moment.
There's a rolling plus faction, which was wild for you, I think.
Yep. So let's just get my space dice party started. So that's a 5.
Good news, under our new system, that's an XP.
Hey, all right.
Okay. Yeah, well, you may get to go to inverted London
Well, all right
before
then.
you know it.
Oh no. Because that is
Okay.
definitely the rumor that I started, was that it's getting a lot easier to go there.
Yes, passage to inverted London is opening up lately with new entry points. Yes, my goal for this session is definitely up the weird. I don't know if anyone else has any specific things they want to aim for.
I'm going to aim for more corruption.
More corruption. And your corruption move is?
My corruption move is when I exploit someone's ignorance of the arcane for personal gain.
Okay. Does anyone else have any kind of goals that they want to try and hit? Or just types of scene or specific NPCs or anything anything you want to lean into more for their character?
I'd be interested in seeing some development on the ghostlies in my nightclub. But, I mean, right now, I've got a dude in my car.
Yeah, and Moonseek?
I think I need to bring Ignatius Mungo to a close.
Well, you are outside his house.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But first, I think I would like to find out about what is happening with our cricket player, our man in all cricket whites, cricket bat. He was last seen ambushing Imogen with a group of teenagers, all again in cricket whites and cricket bats. Did we establish what this group is before in the session, or to the character, player character's knowledge?
My understanding was that Mohammed essentially just goodness, it's so hard to put it into words.
I mean,
he's daddy bad ideas for these teenage cricket youth club kids.
Yeah, I think it's kind of what's it a little bit like the Scouts, if the Scouts were magically xenophobic.
Yeah, yeah. So
keep Britain human.
Keep Britain human. Yeah, that's kind of
And I think
possibly
this,
corrupt mentorship. At least
yeah,
mentorship from a place of very bad ideas.
and this seemed to be a first blooding of,
Of these
kind of
two.
initiation.
Yep.
And
then I didn't get out of my car like they must have expected me to.
Yeah, because you drove through an alleyway shortcut and they blocked the exit and then the entrance, and then you ran over there.
Don't bring a cricket bat to a car fight.
Hopefully he has a chance to learn that lesson.
We'll
So
see.
I think he's definitely out for a while, unless kind of, water in the face or slapped awake. And he's, I think it was evening, quite late evening.
Yeah.
It's dark, so he's just got the light of the street lights.
Yeah, I try to put some good distance between me and the incident space. Where I got jumped.
Did you dump him in your passenger seat, or was he in the boot of the car? Or
oh, he's in the passenger seat still. I've had some time to sort of set him upright and buckle him in.
Yeah. His head kind of lolls, but you can tell he's, a bit banged up, but does not seem mortally wounded. Yeah.
I don't smell much blood.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
He also throw his phone out the window.
Yeah, it just clatters to the road, and then a moment later, another car drives by and just crunch, smashes its pieces, finishing the job.
And yeah, once I feel like we're a safe enough distance away, I'll start slapping him awake.
Are you still driving?
Like backhanding him. Yeah. Where's a place that I could park us?
I mean, maybe some sort of like parking garage.
Yeah. We're probably like
multi-story.
turning into a parking garage now. As I idle our way up the different ramps.
Yeah. Do you go all the way to the roof, open air one? Or...
That's where I'm going, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell it's, the parking garage isn't packed and no one's bothered to go all the way up to the top. So it's just your car.
It just seems like a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just looking over kind of a high street, these shops and stuff. And there's a few people milling around, going to, early, people making an early start on the bars.
Yep. My kind of night. Mohammed. Wake up, you dizzy bastard.
Ow. He kind of feels his ribs. You hit me with your car.
I certainly did. And now you need to give me something interesting. You need to give me an extremely good reason to not turn you into a meal.
Look, I mean, I can understand you'd be a tad upset, but it's nothing personal. It's just,
That is very boring, Mohammed. You are in a car in private with an angry vampire.
Yes.
Entertain me. Tell me something useful.
It feels like you're threatening, which would be a roll with heart.
trying to find the move that you're looking at.
Swayed an NPC.
Ah, okay. Yep.
That's, swayed an NPC through
bound,
seduction.
threats.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Then let's give this shit a roll. So that's a 9.
Look, my dear lady, I have made certain oaths. Now, I can't just work with the dead.
You say that like I would employ you. Do you want to know what I dream about every night, Mohammed? If I ever dream? Because usually I don't sleep.
Pray tell.
Only blood. Just a great ocean of it. And it swallows me up and I drown in it. Your river would run very briefly.
And you people wonder why we do what we do.
You do it because you're afraid. Because you don't know how to interact with people different than you.
Let's move this conversation somewhere more civil. Then I'll talk.
Right, and your little bad idea cricket boys need to stay away from me and my turf.
We know not to go there. We know the pacts in place.
Good.
But that wasn't on your turf.
Oh, indeed.
So he's modifying the terms. He'll talk, but if you move, we have to move somewhere where he feels a little bit safer.
Okay. What is like the shittiest open late chain restaurant in London?
There is, I'm sure there's like some sort of fried chicken, some shit pun about chicken, or just like the chicken bucket, or
Burning cocks, something like that.
something. And it's it's kind of, the front is like fully open with seating and a counter.
So it's like one
crap
step
plastic
up from...
seatings, and I would say it's not like a chain one. It's just a
just
a
like
one-off.
A half
very
a step
cheap.
up from being a food cart.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And
all right,
would not pass a health inspection. And there's just some teenagers and some people who started drinking very early.
Yep.
Or
Nice.
maybe people who got too sloppy for a pub and got kicked out.
All right, I will order a basket of fried chicken objects and a couple of beers as I pretend to drink mine and carry on our conversation.
Oh, they wouldn't have that there.
Oh, all right.
You could get for a can of Coke or a 2-liter bottle or something.
I'll get us 2 cans of Coke.
I'm sure Raven is turning over in her. I assume she has a coffin.
She's got it. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, giblets. Maybe are there cheese curds? I don't know. I know that's
no,
popular.
I remember she does not have a coffin. She has a 4-poster bed on the kind of on the raised dais area off the church, because
Coffins
sure
are too much even for
Yeah.
her. She's got limits.
Yeah. So you cheese something?
Cheese curds. I know they're popular in Canada. I don't know if anyone cares about them in England.
Oh, this one's owned by a Canadian, so
Nice.
he's
All
trying
right.
to see if they'll sell. They are reduced in price because no one's buying them. So
Excellent.
you get a very large portion.
I sort of poke Mohammed in the ribs and go, look, young people that you could trick into throwing themselves at deadly challenges.
My children are up the job. They get trained.
Sounds like a good deal.
Is there something you specifically would want to know about, or that you're pushing for information about?
Honestly, I am interested in whoever Mohammed wants to throw under the bus. And if Imogen has to nudge towards any direction, she'd probably ask about like Rupert Hugh or Rory Woods.
I need to consult some tabs. Yes. These are people he would not know. They are not the circles. Look, you were just the one we found first. Again, I mean no offense, but I was here for someone else. We thought we could, blood the children, initiate them. I managed to. Last time I was here, I came across an individual. He helped me, but he can't help what he is, and the kids need to learn. Risen from the dead.
That's an even worse idea than coming after me. Just from one local pillar of the community to another, you should leave Moonseek alone.
Well, we had trouble finding him lately, so hence tonight's outing.
Well, you're not the only one looking for Moonseek lately. But Coca-Cola. How can you stand this shit?
Well, I didn't order it.
Fair cop. All right. Well, I have better things to be doing. You just stay as handsome as ever. And she like pinches his cheek.
He flinches a bit from that.
And if I have to hurt any of your little boys, I'm going to come back to you and shove a cricket bat directly up your ass.
How eloquent.
Always gotten high marks in school. Tough.
As you leave, you can tell, see he's like patting his pockets, trying to see if he can find his phone now that you're gone. But he's coming up empty.
Yep.
The Moonseek, you're outside Ignatius Mungo's house. Across the road, you saw through the window and caring for bedridden mother. But one good thing, does that erase what he's done? Murky is sitting there beside you on the side of the street. Or were you on the street, or were you on a roof or?
I like the idea of the side of the street. Yeah.
You can tell he's kind of waiting for a response.
What can we do for the old woman?
She is not our concern.
She is. Once Mungo dies, it's obvious no one would care for her.
You could ring authorities. You could finish her off. She is not. She does not deserve that end, but...
No, she doesn't. I don't want to give it to her. But am I damning her to it? Or even worse?
You leave Ignatius Mungo alive? That seems to be what you're suggesting.
We obviously don't know each other as well as we assume.
I'm just making sure. You return for a reason. One of those reasons is there.
I know. Just didn't expect to have to hurt someone else.
One life for how many more? They'll do it again.
He kind of gets down to point at this dog, right? Having a pointed conversation. We don't know where the others are.
We do not.
He's not going to leave his mother. There's his weakness. Use him to flush out the others. He's in the bag. Kill him. The other two may never see them again. It could be luck. It could be years.
Mm. With the Inquisitor, our time frame is shorter.
So we wait. When he leaves, Then I stalk him. Then I attack him, let him escape, and follow. I'll run to the others, notify them. I'll make sure that he knows it is me. What do you think?
It brings the others closer. We should see how it goes.
All right, we have a plan.
Is this triggering a move, a specific move? Do you feel?
I don't even know if I have a move. That came up
Yeah.
contemporaneously. Let me see. I mean, Vigilante's going into the things.
Yeah.
Scare Me is having to do with the Confidant, and the new one that I got is Tear It Down, and that's about smashing through scenery. So I don't feel like that touches any of them.
Okay, so you're waiting for him to. How long did it take you? I think you're there an hour when suddenly you see the door open. He comes out onto the street, kind of glances both ways, and then start heading towards the nearest kind of high street. Patting his pocket to check he's got his wallet. He's gonna go down the street,
Seeks
past those alleyways, and
stalking past him, but he's doing it from rooftops. If that's okay. I could
Yeah.
kind of imagine him like,
oh yeah,
hopping rooftops and stalking him a little.
you see the little silhouettes jumping from roof to roof, keeping pace. The smaller silhouette just darting across as well.
Hell yes. Yes. I don't know if he's headed to a tube or if he's taking a car or going to flag a cab, but
it doesn't seem like he's heading towards any transports of any kind. I think he's on the street.
He's just hoofing it.
He's coming towards like the main street, one of the main streets.
I need to get to him before then. Okay.
There's alleys and
okay. Once it looks like he's headed towards a main thoroughfare, I really don't want other people involved, so I'll make my way to the street to try to come out upon him.
I mean, you're on the roofs opposite you want to do this in secrets and get across quickly before he.
Yeah, I may have to do a little bit of a jumpy jump.
Yeah, this feels like a layout.
Sounds good. I like that. Cool. So let it out. By the way, that move had a different connotation before a certain movie. Now, it just feels different. I'm just saying.
I mean, I think it would work. I mean, you could. I think you could do a lot of other things with that.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, I got a 2 in spirit. Oh my god. I just rolled snake eyes. So in the new system, I got an experience point.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah.
You manage to get across the street. You manage to get into the alleyway that's coming up. You see your target in front of you. He steps aside to go around a tall figure. It is the tall, white-haired figure in a long coat that you ran from in the apartment, and he turns and looks directly at you in the shadows. And Ignatius Mungo he only glances up at this tall figure and keeps going, kind of like, whoa, that guy looks weird. And just goes on his way.
Okay, good. They're not working together, but still terrible. Damn it. Assistant to the AVP. Your help didn't help. I need to escape. I need to get out of here.
So you just try and escape, you don't.
He looked right at me.
He is looking right at you and is turning to face you and move towards you. I think as he kind of steps into alleyway, he gestures and you see like kind of behind him and a kind of slight ripple at the entrance of the alleyway. Like some sort of glamour is created. You kind of, for a second, you kind of get like a mirroring of the alley that you're in, except you're not in this mirroring of the alleyway. And he's not in it either. And then it kind of just fades to a slight shimmer.
The hell does that mean, Murky? How do I get out of here?
He glamoured the alleyway. He wants privacy. We should run.
Okay. That's a good suggestion. I will do that thing. And then I will now activate one of my moves, which allows me to tear it down when I smash through scenery to get at something I want, which is escape.
There is an escape move, but I will allow you to let it out if you want to do that kind of.
They're both rolling with blood. They're just different options. So maybe I should escape.
Choose the one you like the options of. And I mean, if you are definitely like smashing through stuff to do this, then definitely go with the other one.
I think it was a perfect. Sorry, that's for the yawn.
Yeah.
I think with the glamour and I kind of like the idea of tearing stuff down. Plus, new burning a hole in my pocket. So I'm going to go for that. I rolled an 11 plus 2 from blood. That is a 13. Smash or move through obstacles and get what I want. So I think this is a thing where he dives through maybe a real high window in this alleyway, smashes through that, and then runs through a wall and keeps running.
Yeah. Oh, through a wall?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, like you don't go through the brick wall on the outside. You kind of smash through the window and then slam through like a something that's wood and powder going everywhere as you. I've forgotten the type of material. But yeah, you smash through. You see, glancing back, you do see the eyes peeking through the pretty tall window, but the figure's obviously tall enough to just peer through. And you get a little frown of annoyance. And then it darts away. We should keep running.
Thanks. I will. And I do.
Where are we going? We lost Mungo.
Yes, but we know where to find him.
True.
We'll just return back once we know that we're out of the Inquisitor's eyes. He came at us. I thought we at least had some time. Perhaps Shadi knows of something that could keep us hidden.
She does have interesting information.
She does. Let's go see her.
Shadi, do you make small talk in the limousine?
Yeah. She's probably just going like, well, you're very insistent. I would have for sure come to visit soon enough, but I can see that this is very important.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we were able to assist you in making your way.
Well, it's
So
much appreciated, of course. Yes. Like skulls a little bit, but so where we're going?
to the Excalibur Group.
Well, yes, obviously, but where?
Oh, we'll be there momentarily. The windows are tinted, but you can like just about, obviously it's easier to see out than in. So you can, I think you're heading into a kind of financial district. So, also modern, tall buildings for very wealthy companies.
Yep. Everyone walking around in suits. Know the area well.
Yeah. The limo pulls up soon after in front of a large building. It does not have Excalibur Group written,
Of course not.
but it does have a kind of logo of sword in stone. I mean, it's quite abstracted, but
now that I know,
yeah, it's like you can see what it is.
Like,
We're here.
Oh,
a driver gets out and opens the door for you and gestures towards the front door.
I just try to stay dignified. Just thank you. To lead you forward, and I think your bag kind of, there's a slight, it's not gaining weight or anything, but you feel maybe unease. Yeah.
It's hard to give a mood to your bag, but
I just give it a pat, like, there.
You come in through, it's like the glass doors open in front of you automatically and into a large kind of lobby area. And there's these, large words in like sculpted words in white hanging from the ceiling. Synergy, creativity, inspire. They mean just stuff that means nothing. There's nothing that tells you what they do here. You get to a metal detector. Anything in the bag that we should be?
Would you like to see, perhaps? No, I'll just I'll put it on the little conveyor belt for the like the X-ray. Like, I honestly don't know what's going to show up on there.
I think going through I think it's one way you actually can see what they see as well. There's a kind of, at first it looks like there's like a jumble of items, and then it kind of there's this kind of static flicker, and then it's just some a glasses case, a wallet. Not your wallet. You don't know whose wallet that is, or the glasses or something. But it looks like mundane things, and then it comes out the other side, and they just hand it back to you.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, I spend a while standing in front of that little tray where I have to take all my taking off some jewelry and like. Cell phone. Probably like another wallet, indeed. Like,
By the way, did Moonseek send out a message or call Shardy? Moonseek?
Yeah, I think it's she moves around a bit, so I think I would call her first. I don't know how I would, because my mobile phone was.
I think you stole somebody's phone, didn't you?
I did. That's right. With Murky's help, I stole one. Okay, good.
There's a missed call, at least, from an unknown number. Oh, no. I think you called before. So there's a number that doesn't have a name to it, but one that called you earlier, and I think you knew.
Yeah.
You probably connect that it was Moonseek.
Yeah, as I snatch up my phone from the conveyor belt, I'll have a look and then quickly send like a text back to that number saying like, can't talk now. I have some business at the Excalibur Group.
Oh my.
And then put back all my jewelry and well. Shall we?
This way. They lead you into the elevator, and you get this, the awkward silence of the elevator. There's a couple of security guards with you coming up, along with and to be clear, the woman in the we have a name for her. She went by Sarah. She is a mid-30s woman. It could be forgiven for thinking she's just like some sort of face, but she has an air of control. She's in an expensive suit and hair pulled back in a ponytail.
I'll probably say something along the lines of like, have you never considered putting some music in your elevators?
The boss finds it. He didn't like it.
Okay. Awkward silence it is then.
You come into like a waiting room of like very classical corporate desk set up to one side of a big door with a secretary waiting to buzz you in. And Sarah's like, we're here with our guest, Shadi Bazani. And it was like a check of name of guests on the schedule. He'll see you now.
Good.
And the door opened, and it is inside. It is a radically different look to the outside, all the kind of generic corporate feel. You are very much kind of stepping into more of a sanctum sanctorum.
All right.
And there's like
I'll whistle appreciatively a bit.
There's a gramophone, like an ornate gramophone playing classical music, and I think it has one of those those swimming pool features that kind of seem to just go over the side of a building.
Mm.
It has like that and opened on one side of the room, and so it almost forms like a little kind of veranda onto water. And there's strange lamps and oddities and a big table set out with lots of scrolls and books. And they look like a figure. Today she's a she. Robes. Quite almost dirty hair. Long dirty hair. She beats you for amount of rings. And you can see there are some, it's unclear if it's like kind of like henna or tattoos on her hands that come out of the robes. Shadi, come in. I believe you got something for me.
Thank you. Take a seat. But I'm afraid that you have me at a bit of a disadvantage.
Yes. And she gestures towards a chair and it slides across the floor to her. And she takes a seat. Now, like I said, I believe.
Yes, okay.
Like I say, I believe you have an item for me.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I do have it, yes.
Yes.
But there's a bit of an issue. I think it's not going to be in working order in its current state. I was trying to do some more research for you, of course. But I believe that there is another item that needs to be joined with
You
it.
believe so? Well, let's see if we can figure that out together. And she holds out her hand.
Yeah, I mean, she's not really in any position. It's like, and then, yeah, pulls it out.
And you hand her the actual item.
Yeah.
You don't try the same trick twice.
No, not in this. Like, I'm at a very much of a disadvantage here. Bit surrounded, a bit in the lines. Then now.
Yeah, Yeah, she's clicks open the little case. I thought it would be you who would find it.
Well, that's lovely to hear that you had such confidence in my abilities.
I hope you weren't insulted. We pursued other avenues as well.
No, of course not. So why were you so interested in this?
Well, we heard that this item was available in the city, and this will help with our endeavors greatly. But truly thank you for this. The funds will be added to your account, of course. Um,
Are you already familiar with its workings then?
I've read up a bit.
Hmm.
We have a few scholars and experts of our own, none quite like you.
Well, that's why I was curious. Like I said, there seemed to be, from what I gather so far, it seems like it's going to be unsafe to just try and use it like in this current state. But I'm sure you've done your research. I'm sure you know everything about that already then.
You spot a couple, like 3 or 4 figures in the room, kind of by the walls. Kind of, you can see that one of them is like standing through a table,
Mhm.
and they're just silently watching. Their eyes definitely on the comb. Well, I'm very glad we've acquired this item. This will help greatly in our endeavors, like I say. I would give you one piece of advice to maybe stay away from the underworld for a while.
Why is that?
Why, indeed. You may leave if you like.
No, I would first like to understand a bit better why.
Are you trying to get a read on her, or are you trying to convince her to tell you more?
I'm trying to convince. Actually, I should do all sorts of moves here. I mean,
Or and if you have some other moves that you
yeah,
have
exactly.
lots of moves. So.
Um, I think I will like. I mean, sort of. I guess that's sort of a move that I was more doing as I came in, but to investigate this place of power.
Yeah. Roll plus power.
Okay, let's see. My power is 2. Okay, that's not terrible. And that's a 12.
You can see books on warding. You can see books on the Fae. You can see books like these are ones like that are open. There's like some huge books, some of them
Mhm.
on this big table. You can like putting pieces together.
Yeah, is there like a specific theme to what they're collecting?
Yeah, putting the like pieces together of like what the clues in the books and what's being read and the scrolls that you can like glance at. There are powerful like wardings and barriers between the kind of worlds of London. And this item seems to be the key of kind of just brute forcing, smashing through some of these kind of barriers. It
Okay.
seems to be some sort of kind of key or to barriers, to realities, to you know.
Okay. And then, of
And it
course,
seems that they do seem to. It seems like there's nothing well-intentioned planned for the Fae from this group.
yeah.
They are
All right. Um, and then I guess I was also trying to put a face to a name, but I'm not sure if like if that's an option.
You can put a face to a name. I mean, I think you may have not have seen this person before, but I think you may have heard a description, maybe.
Then I'll give it a roll. That's a 10.
Okay.
Having good rolls tonight.
Would you like to learn something interesting about them, or they owe you a debt? And I think if you've dealt with them before, your initial kind of lack of recognition is that whoever this person is, they are a powerful wizard, and sometimes they decide they can choose how they represent themselves. Or some of the trappings of what they wear would stay the same.
Is there a name that they're familiar by in the circles?
I think they just go by the mage.
Okay. Right. And then finally I'll try to persuade an NPC.
But you've dealt with them before. Do you learn something interesting, useful about them, or do you feel like that was, or they owe you a debt?
I mean, technically they owe me a debt, yes. They owe me a debt, and they might pay me that debt, but just in case they don't, yeah. Let's say that they owe me a debt.
Okay. So now you have that mechanically in the bag, in case you want.
And then
There are things you can do with that.
Yeah, I could add +3 to my roll, but I'm not going to because I'm first going to try to convince her to tell me more. So let's see. Persuades and hearts. It's my heart. 2 as well.
Have they changed?
Rolling it now.
Oh, they have now.
That's 7.
Squeak through, yeah. 7. Figuring someone. And were you persuading or figuring somebody else? I forgot.
I'm trying to persuade her to tell me more about why I shouldn't go to. I mean, and I'm basically saying like, look, I mean, if you don't tell me, then I don't know if I do. And I've recently seen more people from beneath, and you never know when you run into one of them. And if I don't know why I'm trying to avoid them, then just trying to make sure that I don't accidentally mess anything up.
Well, She presses a little buzzer. An NDA, please. Sooner assistant comes in with a form. Signature, please.
Oh, of course, quickly give it a read. Not going to put my name on anything that.
It's kind of like there's a standard legal section of kind of, if you give away company secrets,
Uh-huh.
blah, 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 blah.
And
legal.
then I sort of look as well, like, is there any magical reinforcements to this? Let's see.
There's a, you can see there's like a little section for signature, a little section for drop of blood,
Yeah.
and some clauses on giving away information to the detriment of the Excalibur Group.
Let's see, does she want to sign that for that information?
We could use someone like you here.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, she signs it.
And
is there anything to prick a finger?
she just runs she has one of those, like, ring claw things, jointed things, and she just like takes your hand and just taps a fingertip and then just drops it onto the paper. There. Well, as you know, the Fae are a filthy inhuman race. And they are beneath us figuratively and literally. And the Excalibur group came together to fix that problem. And with your help, we are very close to that. A solution.
I see. So there's going to be a warden.
Well,
or do you expect it will all go flawlessly and that there will not be any issues if you try to invade their realm?
Well, no plan is perfect, but we've been working on it for a while, and we're confident that we will be the winning side. And that was one of the reasons we went through outside contractors.
All right. So you're saying that I should avoid them because they might hold a grudge against me now?
Soon, they very well might. But hopefully not for long after that.
Well, thank you for that warning at least then, because that would have been... that was good to have that information.
Yeah. And of course, I would recommend not giving away information that you feel would compromise the Excalibur group. There would be consequences. And I hope you have a nice day.
Well, thank you. And the same to you, Miss Mage.
The Mage.
Sounds so awkward.
I know it's a little dramatic, but you'll have to forgive my eccentricities.
Yes. Well, pleasure doing business with you.
She stands up and shakes your hand. That clawed finger kind of it stays slightly out from the hand, from the shake, and she kind of and gestures to the chair and it slides back into a corner. And you see a frown when she sees like these slightly transparent figures, and she just hand gesture, and they just kind of get pushed back away through the wall.
Right. Okay. And then I head out. And we'll probably return Moonseek's call.
Do you wait until you left the building, or?
Oh,
do
yes,
you-
absolutely.
Yeah. Are you walking through the streets, or hailing a taxi, or?
I'm going to take a walk. And yeah, just, call back.
Moonseek receives a call.
That was quite a bit of time. I'm not sure. Where do you think he has ended up? Maybe on the Imogens? That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he probably took the tube back and ended up walking the block or so to Imogens.
Seems convenient.
Yeah. I'm like the glue.
I'm not saying as Imogen could definitely have been up to other things during this time, but is she now back at the?
I think so. I think, why not?
I would like to know what she has been up to during time. Do you feel she got some answers about something?
I mean, she's probably checked in on her club, of course. Seen how the opening's gone at the Killing Jar. See if anybody needs her, and it sounds like it's quiet enough.
I think Rich is calling for a bio, and that does seem good.
I wasn't sure if we got into what Imogen's answer was. I just thought before we got into the scene proper.
But should we have that bio and then we will get a full answer on that?
Sounds good. Yeah.
20 past?
5? Okay.
Sure. Sounds good.
Wait on Rich. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, well, maybe we can just get started. We'll wait. So,
All right.
so yeah, we were talking about you were going by the club, checking in the club, the Killing Jar to be specific.
Mhm. Yep, just swinging by, seeing how things were going. Anything needs done.
Hmm. I imagine there's some, I know, just some admin, stock stuff. Oh, do we want to do this thing for this event? Just checking
Right.
in on what your opinion on something is, so that, before they
Yeah.
go and do the actual
Moments
work of it.
where somebody that works for me needs my approval to make this or that happen. Absolutely. And yeah, just a bit of a check-in and temperature check with security, see if there's been anybody in any kind of cricket outfits, anybody underage trying to get in, that sort of deal.
Yeah. Some of the usual underage kind of try to get in, but do you have are you very strict to not allow that kind of thing when you?
Yeah, actually I am. It causes a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Also, underage customers just aren't good customers. So.
And you have some backroom business that you probably do not want.
Yeah, I want them well away from here. So. So we crack down on it pretty hard and take it seriously.
Yeah, one of the bouncers,
Sorry about that.
No worries.
One of the bouncers, a few kids, I gave them the usual scare, sent them running,
Good.
Hopefully, word is gets round that they are not coming in without ID.
That's how we like it.
There's always a new group of kids who'll try their luck.
Of course. Well, good job. And yeah, I'll probably head back to my flat just to be like, God damn.
Are you already there, Moonseek?
Yeah.
All right, I get back, I drag ass inside.
Are you all right?
Oh, Mohammed and his club of questionable young men tried to block me off into an alley this evening. Now my car has several dents in it, which is rather difficult because, of course, it's fiberglass bodied.
ask her about the meats.
You happen to have anything that you would care to give to Murky?
Well, let's see. I'll wander over to the fridge and check. I'll give it a slow theatrical flourish and slide out a drawer. Oh, there happens to be just a few slices left.
Oh,
I wouldn't want them to go bad.
we would not. I will speak with Muhammad. I'm sorry that he caused you trouble. He owes me. I've helped him in the past. I'll make sure that things are rectified for you.
He was trying to get to you, to blood his children.
I don't understand what that means.
He tries to encourage his little cricket club, or the ones that he thinks has it, whatever it is, to go out and hunt dirty non-humans.
So he wants to hunt me?
That was the impression that I got. I told him that that was the worst idea he could have. So we'll see if that's still on, but I wouldn't take him to be a trusted confidant if I were you.
Understood. I'm sorry you were troubled for someone who knows me and was seeking for me. I'll make sure that doesn't happen again.
Good news, he has no idea where you are.
That is good news.
If you could get me some money to help fix my car, that would go a long way.
Yes. I'll get you some money.
Even a token amount would be helpful. And yeah, now I think is a good time for Shadi's call to interrupt us.
Hello, Shadi. Thank you for returning my call. Are you all right? You were at Excalibur? I'm saying this like as much to bring Imogen into what's going on as anything.
Well, let's just say that I had to visit some people and I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, so I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say. But what were you calling about?
The Inquisitor nearly found, well, he did find me. He nearly captured me earlier. I wanted to know if there were any devices that you might be aware of that could help me to continue to hide while I finish my duties here.
I could think of some. But there's still going to be some difficulties regarding that as well, because non-disclosure agreement.
Well, you had resources before you signed this agreement that would not be involved in such a thing.
I've merely just have been. It's a non-disclosure agreement. I'm not allowed to share any information, but of course, anything that you figure out by yourself is fair game, isn't it?
Indeed.
Yeah, I think I might know something that could help you. I'll have to see if I can make sure that they're willing to part with it.
Good. If you could do so, I would be not only thankful, but cancel one of the debts that you owe me.
Yes, I think I'll look into that for you, and perhaps afterwards. Well, we could have not so much a discussion, but we can have a think about what's going on. Where can I find you?
I mute my phone to look at Imogen. Do you mind if Shadi is aware she is involved with Excalibur Club, which could be dangerous? Can give her a different place to find me.
Oh, what the hell? Ledger come.
And mute the phone. I'm currently staying with Imogen. It's platonic.
Oh, for you, I'm sure it is. Very well. I'll come find you soon then.
Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet, dear.
Do we trust her?
No.
Do we arrive with Shadi arriving?
I think that's a good logical next scene.
I think Shari might try to find something
First?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is this one of your networks or collection things, or?
Yeah, I think this will be a network thing.
You consulting your network?
Let's see.
Or do you have any debts on people in your network? You also could do that.
Well, I owed something to one of them, but she's dead. No, I don't have any any good debts within my network at the moment.
I apologize for killing off somebody who owed you something.
So I will, consult with my network. And I can roll it. So I roll with mind to hit the streets. And
Yeah.
Okay. I will give it a roll, which is mind. So that's
Yeah.
reroll. Oh, that's a 6. Damn. Well, that's an XP, I guess.
Who are you going to?
Let's see. Let's have a look at the list of people. I think I would go to the Yoshida sisters.
How you taking the subway as normal?
Yeah.
Tube? Yeah. You're waiting for the tube your tube, and the lights flicker, And then there's no one else waiting.
There's
And
like
the train, and then the train pulls up.
Mm,
And
like
opens.
Shadi looks up at the lights, and then you see it. You see her like rub her forehead and sigh, and like, oh no.
And yes, the doors open. It looks black inside the train. Like you can't see anything. There's no doors leaving the subway. Now it's just the train
Yeah,
and the platform.
she she will look around and go like, well, I don't have much of a choice, and she steps towards the train.
You're in a garden. You can hear the sound of train tracks kind of muffled by the breeze and the bees flying around. And there's a little little round table on a kind of some stone paving in the middle of this garden. And there's figures tending the trees. And one of the figures from a tree kind of just hops down. It's like, but slowly lands. And it's like bare feet touch the ground. They are, like all the other figures, completely naked. I think they are slightly Ken doll. There are no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they are indeterminate sex, but taller than you.
Mm.
I'll ivory skin, white hair.
She's sort of clutching to her bag. And it's just waiting for them to approach.
For the train to stop for you. You have information for us.
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say.
You're bound by magics.
She nods.
You're human.
Yes.
Takes you by the face and kind of turns your head to the side, kind of like looking it over, but holding it by the jawline.
She's definitely not. She's like sort of gritting her teeth as they do that, but like it's one of those days.
You're a guest. You eat food.
Yes, that is how that works. And
Bring fruit. A orb of light. Kind of. Actually, no, the bees kind of leave the flowers and kind of cartoon-like bring a plate and then just go off back to the bushes and the trees, and it's covered in fruits and some you don't recognize at all.
So is this the fabled rainbow line then?
That is her. She believes you need to be here if you were invited.
Well, as I said, I'm not sure how much information I can share with you. But perhaps you have ways around that.
Bring the needle. The bees kind of land on a hand carrying this long, thin needle. We do.
Well, it seems to be a day of needles.
Are you allowing this?
Yes. Because it's a terrible idea, yes.
I think Jesper would gain some weight, giving at least some sort of option. Don't know what the option is, but
what does this entail, if I may ask?
we must unstitch the thread.
That sounds dreadful, really. And I think she'll definitely like at the gained weight in the bag, something like that.
Have a peek.
Yeah, like.
An iron knife.
And it's like she considers it for a moment and like again sort of like it's just not the right place for that. So, thank you, just much appreciated. Keep it there just in case. Very well then. Let's get this over with.
She plucks a hair from your head, threading it into the needle, and then takes your arm. And above the arm, not touching the arm, she kind of stitches a line, kind of ending where you above your fingertip, and then just with a fingernail cuts it. Now, why did the rainbow line invite you?
Do I notice any difference? Like,
You can't tell if there's any difference.
Well, there's people out there that seem to disagree with your being here.
Here where?
Here. And upstairs, downstairs, being basically.
Existing.
Can you guess who? Interesting. Basically, like she's trying to cover for herself a bit, like not trying to tell everything outright in case there was still some.
Is the Roman emperor still in power?
The Roman Emperor. No. At least I don't think so. You never know, really.
Churchill. I remember that name.
Wow, you do not come upstairs much, do you?
I have underlings for that.
No. I don't think Churchill had any affinity with magic there.
She kind of tilts her head slightly up.
Like, oh, we did that. Okay, well then.
Merlin.
Close, yes. I think that's you're going in the right direction now. And then suddenly, like, or maybe it is actually the right direction. Hadn't considered that.
Wizards would be worrying. You may go. The Rainbow Line will have need of you later, I'm sure.
Well, don't wait too long.
It goes black and you're on the waiting for the subway. Little vibration from Jesper of whatever emotion a bag feels.
Yes.
Possibly indigestion. You were going to the just want to get the name right. The Yoshida sisters. They were keeping something safe for you.
Yes.
So did we decide what that was?
I mean,
and is it something that's?
I think it's what I'm looking for at the moment.
Oh, well, if they're keeping it safe, I think we can have I think there's just a kind of almost montage of just you arriving, them greeting you. What do we think that looks like? The Yoshida sisters.
I mean, I think that's going to be with a tea ceremony. And
oh yeah, there's the tea ceremony. There's they're very gracious hosts, and then being presented with this item, which I'll let you define. And
I think it's like an iron compass.
Okay. And then a very uneventful next subway ride, and then arriving at Imogen's.
Sure.
Is there like a buzzer or something? I forgot how.
Yeah, there's like a doorway security station buzzer with like the camera and all of that. So you stop over, I buzz you in. There are stairs, and then you're in my flat.
All right. Go inside. Brush off my clothes before.
Yep. My home has 0 taxidermied animals in it.
And 1 cat. No, that was Molly's cat. Molly had a cat. Sorry.
Yeah, Imogen does not have any pets. Shoddy.
Imogen,
Welcome.
thank you. Oh, and music, of course.
Like a glass of water.
Do you have anything stronger, dear?
I have some tea, and let me check. Oh, I still have some vodka in my freezer. Vodka rocks.
Yeah, that will do just fine. It's been one of those days.
All right then. For some value of make, I make Shoddy a vodka rocks, and then head out to the living room before dispensing it to her. So if you had an exciting night, I know I did.
Ah, did you know? Did it involve any any powerful people or
I wouldn't say.
or not people at all, perhaps?
Oh, it's definitely people. No, I was cornered and attacked by Muhammad and his little junior hunters gang.
Ugh.
Bunch of boys in cricket bats.
Hooligans. Well, glad to see that you are okay. I assume that, well,
My car's a little dented, but Muhammad has, I hope, learned some respect.
yes, I figured he would. Ah, Monsik. She takes out the little compass. This should help you somewhat. I was hoping, since I had a chance encounter, to find out more about why they are so interested in you, but I'm afraid they dismissed me rather quickly.
It would have been nice to know.
Yes. But it might have something to do with other things brewing between them and other people I've met today.
Get more information.
Could you... Who have you met?
Well, didn't I tell you already?
Oh, the members of Excalibur Club? That's who you met?
I can't confirm or deny that, just in case. They've said that that's all taken care of, but, can't be too sure.
Okay. All
But
right.
what role you play in that? I don't know. Maybe they're looking for an agent? Are you sure that they mean you harm?
I'm pretty sure they mean me harm. Could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
We should have killed Mongo.
I ran into one of the men who murdered me. I know how to find him.
Ah. Well, that's lovely.
It's purposeful. He has an indigent mother who is bedridden.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I suppose she's always in one place.
Which is how I'll find him again. As I was pursuing him, luckily he didn't see that I was pursuing him, but that's when I ran into the Inquisitor again, which is why I asked for your help in obtaining that item.
Might be interesting to find out more about why they are so interested in. It's not. I don't think they have the same motivations as those hooligans that.
Oh, doubtless. Doubtless, it's different. Hmm.
I had considered having a conversation with the creature, but just didn't seem to be beneficial.
Do you think that you could safely have one if, for instance, you went to meet it with support?
I would be more than willing to have that conversation if I had some support. I just did not feel it would work out with just me. And I glanced down to Murky and don't say
Yeah, there's an eyebrow raise of
Like, Shadi will open her bag and then take out the knife that was in there. And
oh, the knife is gone.
oh, okay. Oh, just such a tease.
Seems like this probably happens a lot.
Yes.
Shadi reaches into the bag. She's like, and we're all just like, men?
If you'd put the compass in, it's still there. That is there.
Yeah, no, that was. We definitely kept that elsewhere.
But Shadi,
Well-
is there anything else you need besides vodka rocks and a little bit of commiseration?
I just think that everyone should be a bit cautious.
Hmm.
There seems to be some big trouble brewing.
I would like a little final moment later on in the evening, because there is a miss that was forgotten for a while, and I have remembered it.
I didn't think he could hold these moves.
Yeah.
Very long time.
This is held from right at the beginning. I would like to know where would Imogen maybe you checking up on the club again? I don't know.
Hmm.
Or maybe
Tisha.
Do you
Tisha
have a
was the
bed?
word.
Yeah. Do you have a bedroom?
Yeah.
Do you sleep in it?
when I can.
I think when you go to bed this morning, you could have, I mean, you've had a nonsense of a day.
Yeah.
And you fall back into the bed and you keep falling.
Well,
The bed is now kind of falling slowly through nothingness. You are following it, the pillows, the cover coming with, and you see your room far up above, as if it had no floor. It's just there above. And then there's a thud of the bed all settling again, and your blanket dropping onto you. And you are not in your room.
well, that's definitely not happening now. Shit.
And that's where we'll end. Let's see, it is 10 o'clock, or whatever time it is in your time zone.
The time is now 2 p.m.
It is that. And you are no longer in London above.
Well,
And yeah,
closed session.
should we do a little quick... Actually, wait a second. I'm trying to remember. Are there actual session? There are session end moves, and do they make any sense now that we're changing XP systems? Yeah, I think yeah. Anyone feel like they have gone up in kind of their through their reactions, their actions with a faction? Gone up by one, or down by one?
I think I think it makes sense for Shadi to go up with wilds by one and down by power by one.
Anyone else feel like theirs would shift?
I'm going to make the same shift that Shoddy did.
Mm.
And shift power down one and wild up one.
I think I'm going to sit pat. The wild could be construed as going down, but I'm just not sure what I would raise. And it would be nice for at least one of us to not completely suck at wild, because it seems like we might need to do some wild stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd think that, but
Whatever. You got big bugs over there?
yeah. All right. What's the other thing?
And the other thing is, do we want to do a little roses and thorns?
Sure.
Sounds great.
Anyone want to start with thorns? Well, I have one. Lots and lots of time between sessions.
God, I know. 5 weeks.
Yeah. So, I mean, last week was down to me. I mean, Rich was ill, but I was wiped out as well. So
Two due to sickness. So yeah.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah. So
That sucks, guys.
it kind of yeah, it makes it so it's kind of getting into gear every time rather than like having to build the momentum every time. It's a little bit it's a bit more work than normal if we're doing consecutive weeks.
Feels like we're starting the game all over.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Here's a thorn that just kind of dovetails off of that.
Hmm.
We're going to play this game for 2 more weeks. I'm so sad, and it's not my fault. Yeah.
We'll keep the seat warm for you, Rich. It's cool. You're
That does
doing
tie into a
important
little rose for me. Not that you're going to be gone.
Sure.
Yeah. Any other thorns?
No.
Yeah, I just wish I remembered more of what was going on.
Yeah, that's kind of
But you know,
parcel with the.
I'm happy to discard what hasn't left an impression on my memory
Yeah.
for what has. So
Yeah, no, I think that's a good way of dealing with it. I think.
Yeah, things were fairly intricate. It does mean that
kind of kept
until she got Little Nemo'd, it kind of meant that Imogen was a bit disconnected from what's going on.
Yeah.
But now she's going to be running around in inverted London in her night slip. So
yeah. If there's then not any more thorns?
No, I mean, at the start of the session, I was indeed feeling a bit like it's so difficult to get everyone together. But then that at the start of the session, I had that feeling, and I was like, But then we fixed that now, so
yeah,
which leads into my rose as well. So
if you got a rose, you can.
Yeah, I mean, my rose was like, I think this was the first time we actually managed to get a scene with all 3 of us together.
Okay.
I was like, yes.
I will add then a self-thought of that it took that long.
I mean, they have. I think Urban Shadows is just a system where that sometimes is a bit hard. But we did it.
Take that, system.
at last.
Just going off the rose I kind of vaguely mentioned was the okay, missing Rich for 2 weeks, but I do like the idea of getting a 2-shot of a Project Lycra.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to sneak back and add another thorn. I don't get to play in Project Lycra, but I do get to watch it, so that's also Rose. It's all Lycra.
Sometime, Rich.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's what happens.
Yeah. Rose off to Rich for continuing to sort of lean on the levers and bring people together in scenes.
Thank you.
Good.
Agreed.
If there were burning wheels, if there were burning wheel Artha or XP stuff at the end, I'd be shooting for the workhorse. That's what I want. I want to keep looping stuff back in. I don't want to create a whole bunch of new plots, and I want to pull the PCs in together. Those are my 2 kind of player goals, like meta level goals with this game.
Yep. It was funny also to have Shoddy back again and to have her do her usual. Oh, is that what this is? Oh, her little polite false ignorance routine. It's always amusing.
I agree.
I always really like all your characters, and I do like it was mentioned in the chat, but what was the term? Baddest of badasses. Imogen.
Imogen's amazing. Just because Jen's really good at playing competent player characters, but she rarely plays those who will use that competence represented as a bit of malevolence to get what they want. So it's really satisfying to watch.
And I just really dug the choice of. I mean, it's kind of it started off in the yesteryear in the previous session of just I've hit this guy with a car. I'll kidnap him.
That seems
That's
fine.
Yeah, that sounds like say next logical step. Of course.
I mean, in the moment, seemed like a good idea. It ended up working out.
I also enjoy trying to create a weird buddy cop movie with Shardy and a bag. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, like, hey, look, have a knife. I'm like, yeah, this is maybe not the best place to use and let's go
Yeah.
violence.
Yeah. And I could probably say the same with Moonseek and Murky.
Yes.
I like Murky.
He likes you. Though he wish you would start killing some people.
I really want to. It's time.
Yeah.
I failed at my goal. That's a thorn on me. I said I want to do one thing, and then I didn't do that one thing.
You got your miss at the wrong time.
Yeah. Rose to you, you're on point with the moves, with our moves. Really just like bop, bop, bop really quick.
Bad stuff happens.
It's quite impressive.
One mishap took the whole session to happen. So,
Oh, well, except for the one. Yeah, that one, maybe that was a little on the slow side, but the other's good.
I'm now wondering what would happen if I'd done that very straight away. But,
we wouldn't have had our combo scene.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you did.
It all worked out in the end.
Yeah. And I also enjoyed the Shardy's reticence to break the.
I was trying there to throw in the maybe they don't know as much about the comb as they think they do, and like trying to gain benefit from that situation, but apparently they knew damn well what they were dealing with. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I'd come up with I'd had a think and like, okay, why the hell do they want this thing? Who are they? Let's think of an actual reason. What's happening? I didn't want to play too, I was flying by the seat of my pants on that for too long.
Nah, but I was trying to get in a corruption move there.
I really should have. I mean, I didn't want to do it on that one, but I should have done it on something, giving me some opportunities. I really got to push those corruption moves. Give you opportunities and reasons to use them.
They're not always easy.
Yeah. I should also be on the lookout for intimacy moves a bit. I don't think we hit any of those. But I'm sure we can get to.
The problem, I think, is that we're all kind of cold-hearted bastards. So that makes the intimacy a little bit difficult sometimes.
I would say Moonseek's a very friendly person come back from the dead to kill.
That's true. Yes.
I hope it's not too discordant. I kind of like it.
No, I like that you kind of you do still have your morals, but you've got your morals, but you also have a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can't not kill them. I mean, that's a given. It's just you want to do it the right way.
That's the goal.
Yeah. So, do you want to go off there?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
All right. We will see you guys in a few weeks for Urban Shadows, but maybe Project Lycra happens. Keep an eye peeled for that.